Greetings, all of you beautiful embers. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Well, we made it to the weekend, and you know what time it is. Time for those spine-tingling chills that you crave so much. With that being said, let's get into this grisly tale. This story is entitled Sam's Riddles, written by InterscareWifey. I sat that day by the big old maple tree in Granddad's yard. Today was unlike any other. Nothing out of the ordinary ever happened here in the lazy town of Evergreen. I had become my grandpa's caretaker at the young age of 22. While other friends were going to university out of state, I was stuck here, cleaning filth out of dead pans, sweeping and mopping the hardwood floors, preparing meals, and giving sponge baths. Mother and father passed away a few years ago in a tragic accident involving carbon monoxide in our home. I get some comfort knowing they went peacefully in their sleep. I chose to sit under the tree during my free time. I'd read any book I could get my hands on from the free book donor box down the road. You just walk up, take a book left by a stranger, and when you're done, you put it back. Today, I had cracked open a crisp paperback called Sam I Am. It caught my eye because of the old Dr. Seuss book. This was a compilation of riddles, and I found it amusing. Some I had heard before, others I hadn't.
Page 1. A young girl was found murdered the first day of school. Police suspected 4 teachers and questioned them. They were all asked what they had been doing at 7 a.m. when the girl was killed. Mrs. Green.
I was driving to school and I was late.
Mr. Daft.
I was checking English exam papers.
Mr. Brockert.
I was reading my newspaper.
Miss Klein.
I was with my husband in my office.
Who was the killer, and how did the police determine who it was? Answer. The police arrested Mr. Daft, as he would not be checking exam papers on the first day of school.
I chuckled to myself as I got up and dusted grass clippings off my pants. I headed inside the small house to check on Grandfather.
Help me, please,
Grandpa pleaded. He had tried to take himself to the bathroom and had fallen. I rushed over and could see at the angle his hip was turned out that it was most certainly broken. I'll call 911. Don't move, I shouted as I called emergency services. They arrived within minutes. A small part of me felt relieved that this was during the pandemic and I couldn't ride along. It's exhausting caring for another person, especially when it's not a child. I loved Grandpa, don't get me wrong, but having this much responsibility 24/7 is not easy. When Granddad first got sick, people always promised they would help us out, bring meals, and help give me breaks. But after a few months, we were long forgotten. He also had become quite mean-spirited. I suppose being in pain all the time can change a person, but this was not the Grandpa I remembered lovingly as a kid. I made myself clean up the trash around the house, get a light meal cooking. I sat down on the freshly vacuumed carpet in my room near the phone in case there were any updates, and decided to pull out the book again.
Page 2. 2 women sit down for a meal and drinks. Both order iced tea. One of them is too thirsty and drinks 5 iced teas back to back, while the other orders just 1. The one who ordered a single iced tea choked and died. All the iced teas were poisoned. How did the other one survive? Answer. The poison was in the ice cubes. The one who ordered 5 drinks drank them fast enough to not give the ice cubes a chance to melt But the one who drank only one, her ice cubes had melted.
That's a good one. I'll remember to chug my Long Island iced teas from now on, I chuckled to myself. That sounded delicious right about now. A drink to relax in my grandfather's absence. I headed down to the cellar to see if we had any of the Devil's Kool-Aid. I was in luck. There was a fifth of vodka unopened on one of the shelves. I peeled the seal off with my teeth. It had been a long week. As the fiery liquid poured into my thirsty gullet, I immediately felt more at ease. I must have dozed off at some point, leaving the TV on at full blast, socks and shoes and my shirt trailing off toward my bedroom. The phone rang and startled me to the point that I could feel it palpitating all the way in my ears. "Ugh, motherfucker!" I exclaimed, feeling mild fury towards whoever was disturbing my rest.
Mr. Ledbetter, is that you? It's Lutheran Baptist Church.
A snide woman from the other sound of the receiver said with a drawl. Yes, it's me. Any updates on Grandpa? I asked.
Unfortunately, sir, I need to hand you over to the chaplain.
She replied, this time a little kinder.
Hello, sir. I hate to inform you this way, but Mr. Ledbetter III has passed away.
The chaplain kept speaking, but all I could hear now was a murmur.
Sir? Are you there?
He asked, seemingly concerned. Yes. I gotta go, I said before I hung up, not letting him finish. I couldn't believe it. Grandpa was all I had left. And now, he was gone too. Arrangements would have to be made. With the world as crazy as it was during that period of time, it would probably take months before I could lay him to rest. I cried many drunken tears that night. It's such a helpless feeling as a caregiver, especially if it's your loved one that passes away. You spend so much of your time catering to their needs, to their feelings, to then have them completely removed, except their memory can be traumatizing. I think part of me felt something else too. Relief? It was all consuming before Granddad died. I couldn't date. I had no kids. I didn't travel. Life was all anew now. What I needed was sleep. I took a sleep pill, finished off my vodka, and laid down on the couch. It must have been 3 or 4 in the morning when I couldn't sleep any longer. My eyes just wouldn't close again. I was bored with the television. I decided to grab my book again. Anything to help pass this fucking time.
Page 3. A psychopath killer always plays a game before killing his victims. He offers them 2 pills. One pill will kill them, and the other will not, but they don't know which is a poisoned one. When the victim chooses a pill and gulps it down with vodka, the killer always takes the other one. Somehow, he always survives.
That seems oddly specific. What the I trailed off as foam filled my stomach, lungs, and poured out of my mouth onto the hardwood. The vodka twirled just outside my grip. Then, all went black. And that concludes this incredible story written by InterscareWifey. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and safe, and taking care of one another. Like I always say, when life gives you fire, become a phoenix. Until then, I'll read to you soon.